Hey guys, it's Whiskey Wednesday. It is Kelly at Springfield Distillery, and today I am kind of winging it. I just thought, well, I want to do something fun and thought that maybe that I would do all of my favorites, or the favorites that I think are from the tasting room. There's just so many to choose from in that, but I'm going to try and narrow this down as best I can. So I'm going to put my spin on it. Hey Mom, how are you? And just kind of toy with it a little bit. So while I was going to be doing this, I thought that maybe I would make, which is my current absolute favorite drink right now, and that is the Manhattan. And I've got to say, this is probably a complete shock to me. Sam Knapp was in here this past weekend, and he was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you are drinking this, because this was not anything that I would have done when I first started drinking the whiskey and playing with it and that. But this is probably my absolute favorite right now. And I'm going to start this with our rocks glass. You guys know I really like these. This is a little grown-up cocktail size. I think that this fits really, really well. If you want to taste more of that whiskey, I would definitely do an 1.5 ounce pour in this. So I'm going to fill this with ice. At home, I would have used one of those whiskey cubes. I just haven't quite figured out a way to be able to do that here at the tasting room, except I've just recently purchased, I'm hoping it's going to be here next week, a mini freezer, just like our mini fridges, that I'm actually going to be able to put those big, nice rocks cubes into. So I'm really hoping that that's going to be a new thing for us here. And Sam Knapp is going to hopefully join me in the next week or two, and we're going to introduce a new kind of cocktail that we're going to be sharing. So I'm really excited about that. But while I'm sipping, I'm going to do this Manhattan. I think I made this before on Whiskey Wednesday, but what the heck, since I'm doing my favorites, I want to be sipping this with you guys. I'm going to take my rocks glass. I'm going to take 1.5 ounces of the Springfield bourbon. You guys, that's a real nice healthy pour if you see that. This is a Kathy pour for sure. And then I'm just going to add a splash of this Manhattan mix. We sell this here. I really like the flavor in this. It's got a little bit of spice to it, almost kind of like the bitters and a little bit of clove kind of taste to it, but I really like it in this. I'm just going to put a little splash in there, maybe about 1 ounce in there for my Manhattan. And then I'm going to put a good squeeze of orange, just because you guys know this is my favorite. So there's nothing better, if it's my favorite drink, to have a splash of that in it. And going to add just a little cherry to this with a little cherry juice. This is my Manhattan. You guys, this is probably one of the best looking drinks that I make right now. I just love this one. If you guys haven't tried this, come and see me. Gosh, this is so good. I would do this one with any of the whiskeys, but if you really want a good bourbon, nice, yum taste, Chuck, I'm telling you, come and see me, and I promise this will be right in your hands as soon as you get here. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be sipping this one. 1 ounce of this, 1 shot, 1.5 ounce of the Springfield bourbon, a splash of the Manhattan. You could easily substitute this for the old-fashioned mixer that I have here. Would be super good with that one. Either one of these would be really great with it. Orange is great. The cherry optional, but if you want to keep it simple, that would be really good. Mom, this is definitely a mom drink for sure. Okay, so that's going to be the one I'm sipping. If I'm realistically drinking at home, this is probably what I would do the most of. And I would go to a big, tall glass. This is my go-to. This is a less than a carb cocktail. So I'm going to turn this one over from lots of carbs with my Manhattan mix. If I wanted to keep that low carb, I just wouldn't add the Manhattan mix. I would do like a splash of club soda in that to just kind of cut that a little bit. But this one would be definitely, this is my go-to at home. If I'm going to have a cocktail, it's either the orange whiskey and the lemon lime seltzer, which would be the one. But this is really the one that's probably my favorite right now. I'm going to get a good cup of ice, because I do like my drinks cold. And I'm going to take, I'm going to do 2 cocktails with this maple today. I'm going to do this maple whiskey. Right behind the orange whiskey, this maple, 100%. You guys, I'm backwards again, so Jim Newborn, you're welcome, but this is probably going to totally mess me up again. I'm going to do 1 full shot of the maple whiskey. 1 full shot of this is less than a carb. So, you know, the Michelob Ultra is 2.8 carbs. This one you can do, you're going to have a little more bang for your buck in this. I would say 2 would be a really good start. 3 might put you a little over the edge. But This one is my go-to. I did 1 shot of the maple whiskey, and then this is just my favorite, this peach honey. This is the peach honey AHA. You can honestly do this with any bubbly, any AHA, any seltzer that you want to try, but this is absolutely my favorite. If you guys want to do a low carb drink and you say, what would you do? This is the one I would do. And I'm going to fill this up because this is going to be some great porch, beach, boat sipping this summer. And then just for fun, I'm going to put an orange in it. At home, rarely put the orange in it, but while I'm garnishing, because I want to make it pretty for you guys, this right here, this is going to be dangerous because I got my 2 favorites going. This is probably my favorite at home drink. 1 full shot of the maple. Kathy would say, what the hell, put 2, maybe 3 shots of the maple in here. I would definitely go a little bit heavier of this at home, but I would do the maple whiskey and just any seltzer. But I really, really like the AHA peach honey one. Really, really good if you're looking to watch your calories and watch your sugar on that one. Those are my first 2 faves. The next one that is probably, I'm going to go back to the orange whiskey because you guys know that is my absolute favorite by any stretch. And I'm actually going to do this in a small tasting glass because, of course, I'm going to be stuck here. If Mason doesn't come and help me out, I'm going to be drinking these. But I'm going to do this in one of the tasting glasses just to give you guys a little comparison of this. This is probably my favorite of the whiskey sours. If you guys haven't tried this one, this is definitely one that I'm going to be serving this weekend. I'm going to do this with the orange whiskey. It's going to be a little less light. And I always try, when people come in and they say, God, I've never been, I haven't tasted your stuff, like what would I go for? I usually ask them, what do you typically drink? First question. Second, do you like to taste the whiskey or do you want it, kind of to blend? This is definitely going to be a dangerous blend cocktail. Mason's version of the whiskey sour, 100%, a good 2-ounce pour of the 1842. That's what he likes to put in it. This one, I think, is a big tasting room favorite because it's really just subtle. I mean, you get a little bit of taste of this, but this orange is really, really good. So I'm going to take my orange whiskey. At home, this is the one that I would go to, and I would literally put this orange whiskey with anything. I would put it with White Claws, Trulies, any seltzer. It's really, really good. My favorite is with this lemon lime seltzer from Food Lion. That would be my go-to for a low-carb version, but this one in the tasting room is a favorite. I've got my tasting glass filled with some ice, and I have 1 ounce of the orange whiskey in this, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Fantastic Pose. It's a favorite in our tasting room, but if you don't have the Fantastic Pose, you don't have it from here, any whiskey sour, any sweet and sour mix that you see, just to give you an idea, the master of mixes, sweet and sour, whiskey sour, same exact thing. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to do probably in my tasting glasses, you guys see I've got that nice ounce in there. I'm going to go right to the top of the Springfield Distillery line. Just enough sour mix, but not to make it too crazy. You can always add more to this. You can change this up however you want. I just don't want it super tart. I don't like getting a margarita or a whiskey sour and it's just so sour you can't finish it or it takes away from like what you're eating. So this one I'm going to do pretty subtle with that. And I'm just going to add Sprite to top it off. So if you're doing this in the 16-ounce glass, I'd go for a full shot, 1.5 to 2 ounces in it at home. I'm going to add double that in the sour mix, so probably about 3 ounces. And then I'm going to just top off with the Sprite. If you guys haven't had this one, definitely a tasting room favorite. I'd either do it with the whiskey sour, which was the original, or I would do it with the Tom Collins mix. So this one is the whiskey sour that I'll be serving this weekend. 100%. I don't even have to taste this to know this is amazing. This is probably one of my favorite of the tasting room cocktails. God, forgot how good this was. I haven't done this one in a long time. If you come this weekend, this is definitely one that I would definitely try. This is the orange whiskey sour. It's done with the orange whiskey. This is really mild. It's really subtle, very dangerous. If you guys take this out to the beach or on a boat or something like this, I'm going to warn you guys, a couple of these. And like I say, you get your dancing shoes on for this one for sure. I'll hold this for Mason. Mason's going to make a guest appearance in a little bit. He's home doing dogs today, so he'll be visiting. That one is going to be his favorite. I guarantee you he's going to add a shot of the 1842 to it just to kind of kick it up a notch. So anyway, real quick recap. Sorry about that. With this one, I've got the tasting glass in here. I have it full of ice. I have 1 ounce of the orange whiskey, absolute favorite whiskey here. And then I would put probably about 2 shots, maybe 2 ounces of the whiskey sour mix in it. You take your preference as to what taste you like with this, but the Fantastic Pose is the one that we use in the tasting room. And then I just top with Sprite. If you don't want it so sweet, do the seltzer. This lemon lime seltzer would be a perfect companion to that. Just a splash of that whiskey sour if you're trying to watch your calories or your carbs. It's definitely one I would do. And then top that one with Sprite. Gotta be careful because Mason might not have some of that when he comes in. Sorry, I'm gonna go back to my Manhattan just as a little reminder. So good. Okay, so that one I did with the straight bourbon, Manhattan mix, and the orange. This cocktail was definitely one of the favorites, and I did this with the honey whiskey, and people really like this with the elderflower simple syrup. I wanted to try this just a little bit different because I wanted to have a little bit more punch into this one. So I'm going to do this one as kind of a flower old fashioned of sorts. I think this is going to be really good. And using the elderflower, it's going to give it a nice sweetness to this. So I'm going to take my rocks glass and fill this with ice because I really like getting it nice and cold. I like it good. This would definitely be a black at home. And I'm going to do this with the 1842. I would typically do this with the honey whiskey, but this week I want to kind of have a little bit more bang in this one. So I'm going to do this one with our 1842 whiskey. You guys, this 1842 whiskey is a tasting room favorite. People that like this bourbon mash, you guys, this is the same exact recipe that we did our straight bourbon with. The only difference to this is we used wine barrels from Hunting Creek Vineyards. They have done a port, a red blend, and a white blend. So we've done 4 barrels of theirs so far. We're getting 2 more port barrels. For those of you that like the very first batch of this, we've got 2 more of those coming. I cannot wait to get that out. But this 1842 has got a really subtle, it's got the bourbon mash taste to it, but then it's got that nice subtlety from the wine. And I just think it makes a really good flavor to it. So I'm going to do 1 ounce. What the heck? No, I'm going to go 1.5 ounces. This is going to be a full shot. We're going to go 1.5 ounces with this one. And then I'm going to add a 1/2 ounce of this elderflower simple syrup. I think this has a really good spring, summer flavor to it. I found this on Amazon. I think it's a 2-pack for like $20. A little goes a long, long way. So I would tell you guys, go easy on this because it is quite sweet. It has a nice, robust flower flavor to it, but it's sweet and it's just really kind of natural. So with that, I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce pour with that. It's going to be about a teaspoon. If you guys don't have these, I mean, I use these little communion cups. They're a perfect little measurement for me, but I would definitely, go for just a teaspoon. I'd start with a teaspoon and then creep your way into that. So I've got my, oh God, this looks like this is a really heavy pour. So this is the rocks glass. I've got this with the 1842 in here, and I'm going to try this with the elderflower simple syrup in here. This is going to have a nice, really good flavor to it. If you guys want to mix this really, really well, you can do this in the tasting jar. I just missed that step. And then just because I am going to add, and I missed it, I think I'm missing one. Hold on. I'm gonna pour a little bit of ginger ale on top of this just to kind of cut this a little bit because I think this is going to be a pretty heavy pour. Give it just a bit of carbonation on the top of that. I think it's a really nice looking cocktail. And because of the elderflower, I'm going to go with a lemon. I think the lemon squeeze in here is going to balance that sweetness. I'm going to give it a good squeeze all over me. And I'm going to put this one in here. And this is instead of the honey. Let's give this a shot. Pretty good. I think I could go a little heavier on this elderflower. I'm going to go a little bit sweeter with this. The other option is to go creep back that 1842 to 1 ounce if you don't want a heavy whiskey taste. I'm going to go with a full, we're going to make this one a little bit sweeter. This is so good with the honey. Oh yeah, this definitely comes out a little bit more, adding another shot of the elderflower. If I was going to change this one up, I'm going to try this just because I want to see what this does. That's got a really heavy whiskey taste because of the 1842. So what I want to do is I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this with the peach. I don't know why. I just think that that peach is going to be really, really good with that elderflower. We're going to give this a shot. So I'm going to take our peach whiskey and I'm going to change this one up a little bit. And I'm going to do, I would probably do a full shot, but I'm going to do a ½ ounce in here so I have a little bit of room with this one. I'm going to stick with the ½ ounce pour of the elderflower with this peach. I think this one's going to be good. Give that a little stir, and then I am going to top this. I know, Cynthia, I'm going to go with this, but I'm just going to put a little bit of splash in this, just so that it's not so sweet. I think the ginger ale is going to balance that. A little squeeze of the lemon. Let me give this one more little stir and just see what this does. 100% with the peach. Oh my God, you guys, this is so good. Totally not doing this with the 1842. I would do this in the full glass. This is, Kat, you're going to love this one this weekend. I know you're going to be here with me this weekend. Kat, don't let me forget to give you one of these. This is so, so good with the peach. Peach is definitely being featured this weekend. God, the honey was so good with this, but that peach, oh my God, that peach really comes out. This tastes like summertime. I know you're a purist here, Cynthia. I got to tell you, I'm easing into it. You got to give me maybe another year and I'll be doing that. Yeah, cut 2 sleeps, but let me tell you, this is going to be worth it. Wow, that one's good. Very good. So Edna used to be the bartender at 616. If you guys remember in Danville, those local here in that when 616 was open, if you guys went, this was the cocktail. Ryan Garrett, Jill Garrett, this is one of our favorites. If you guys remember this one, I'm 100% telling you this is a mule like no other. Edna created this. She used our Blackberry Whiskey. This is by far one of my favorite mules that I've ever copied. And I'm going to say I didn't create, I copied. I've got a couple of really good copies. One is the copy from the very first mixology class from Austin at Berry Hill. Will tell you he makes the absolute best sweet pea, which is one of my favorites. I'm not doing it today, but it definitely is one of my favorites. This one is the Black and Blue Mule. And this one I cheated from Edna. And I've got to tell you, those that just signed off, you missed out because this is so good. I'm going to take this for the Mule just because I can't drink these all. We're going to make a small version of this. I would 100% go for a large one of this. I'm going to take 1 ounce of the Blackberry Whiskey. You guys, this one is our best-selling whiskey in the distillery, bar none, 100%. The outside of the bourbons, in the corn whiskeys. Let me say, in the corn whiskey flavored whiskeys, by far the blackberry. I don't know why, because the orange is probably the best. But the blackberry is the best seller, so we're going to go with the blackberry. And then I'm going to take a good squeeze of this blueberry puree. You guys know I love using these purees. Edna was a purist. She made her own blueberry simple syrup. It was absolutely fabulous. She took blueberries and sugar and made a simple syrup, and it was fantastic. But I'm cheating because I like to do a lot of really quick and easy. And for me, the faster, the better. I've got my ice in here. I ran out of ice, so I've got to get some more of that. And I'm going to put just a little swirl of this blueberry. If I tell you it is a teaspoon, you can mark this however you want. But the blackberry and the blueberry, oh my gosh, it just pairs so well. And then you have a couple of choices. You can do Sprite. It would be amazing with Sprite. The Bull Ginger Ale, also super, super good. But if you really want this to be over the top and you want to do best, you guys know I like doing the good, better, best. This is 1000% the best cocktail. It's got the blackberry, it's got the blueberry puree, and then I am putting Gosling's ginger beer in it. This is my, get this going right. This is my favorite ginger beer to use. I absolutely love this. I think it has just the right balance between the two. I know, Cynthia, but by ABC laws, I have to measure. Absolutely, I have to measure or I get in trouble. I don't want to slap on the wrist for that. So for the tasting room, have to measure. At home, we just pour until we like it. But also, Cynthia, the other thing is people like consistency. And I can't tell you, if I had $1 for every time somebody asked if we had a bathroom, you guys saw that post this week. It was funny to see that, yes, we have 2 bathrooms. But if somebody said, I had $1 for every time somebody said, well, I made this at home and it didn't taste anything like yours, it's because they didn't measure. It's because they didn't measure. I measure, so every time they come in, it pretty much tastes the same. If you just pour, you're not going to get the consistency, so it's not going to taste the same. But this will taste the same. This has the blackberry whiskey, it has the blueberry puree, it has the ginger beer, and just because it's a mule, I'm going to go with this lime squeeze because I think that lime just tastes super good with this. I'm going to give it one more stir because I put that lime in it. And Edna, yours was absolutely the best. I hope I do a shout out. I hope somebody tells you that I'm featuring one of your cocktails on here. But I got to tell you guys, if you want a mule here, there's 3 favorite mules. This is definitely the top one. Second one would probably be my mint strawberry one. And then definitely the maple syrup one with the 1842. But you guys, this one is so good. 100% mule, black and blue mule. That one's going on. So now I've got 2 more I need to do. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep you guys a little bit longer. I got another 10 minutes maybe of this. I don't have any, I'm going to get a little bit more ice so I can do this for you guys. Okay, this is the Josie. So Josie, if you're watching, this one's for you. She came in this past weekend with her gorgeous daughter, Willow. This is one that I used to feature for her. I made it one week. It was our version. I think we did it on, it was for the race. I think it was like Preakness. I can't remember which. I'm not a horse person, so sorry about that. Sorry, Susie, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. But I think it's whichever one the mule goes to. The mint julep. Mint julep. This is our version of the mint julep, so I'm totally screwing this up. Mint julep is where I'm going with this. I'm going to do the mint whiskey, okay? This is Josie's favorite. I'm going to do this in a little tasting glass because I have so many cocktails here. I'm going to be in big trouble going to dinner with my mom and Jan tonight. It's the Derby. Thanks, Kat. Thanks for calling me out on that one. I've got the ice in here. I'm going to do a full shot. This is 100% on the menu this weekend. If you guys have that mint whiskey, this is one you definitely want to do. Do you guys remember I made that honey simple syrup last week? I'm going to bring this back because this is so good. I'm going to put 1 ounce of the mint whiskey. Would 100% go for a full shot in a nice little rocks glass for this one, but I'm just going to show you for measurement purposes. And then I'm going to take that honey simple syrup. If you guys didn't see it last week, I'm trying to think if I had one. 1 jar of honey. I think it's like at 16 ounces. And then I take 8 ounces of boiling water. So 16 ounces of honey, 8 ounces of boiling water. I mix that up, and this makes the honey simple syrup soluble. So it will absolutely mix in any of your cocktails. This is a fabulous way to add some sweetness to your cocktails. If it's something that's a little tart or that, or you want a little spin on it with the whiskey, you want to kind of soften the blow of a bourbon or whiskey, this honey simple syrup will 100% do it. Great in your teas, great in your coffee. You want to get a little honey in your diet. This is the way to do it. I put this in one of these little barbecue servers, and I'm just going to put a couple swirls in there, just enough to get some sweetness with that mint. And then Josie loves it with the ginger ale. This is so simple, you guys. It's the mint whiskey, some ginger ale. I've added the honey simple syrup to it. And just for fun, because I'm going to grow mint, and I know all of you guys have wild mint all around your house. So I'm going to put, let me do this real quick. I'm going to do a quick stir. But if you guys see this, what I love about that honey simple syrup is, do you guys see how blended this is? It's not that kind of heavy, icky honey on the bottom when you try to add it to something. Or if you add it to like hot tea, of course it melts, so it blends. This is basically how you would do your honey in your tea. It would melt like that. You add it to this, and you guys look, there's no like, there's not like a big, I'm going to add this so you guys can see, there's not that chunk of the honey in the bottom. I love that this is super blended. You've got that honey all kind of mixed in. I know, sorry, up close and personal on that one. And then I'm just going to put a little sprig of mint, and it's just our little version of a mint mule. But you guys, look at how gorgeous that is. Can you guys see how cute that is? It's just so good. My faves are, I should do this every week because my faves are like they're the best. They're the absolute best of these. This one is the mint whiskey. It's got the honey simple syrup. Oh my God, that little honey taste in the back. It reminds me of like when you were sick as a kid and your mom would stick the spoonful of honey in it because you were coughing all night and that honey would coat your throat. That's what this reminds me of, but in a fond memory of it. This is really good, you guys. This is the mint whiskey. It's got the honey simple syrup and ginger ale. It is so simple. Put a little sprig of mint in it. You could add the lemon if you wanted to kind of go kind of tea-ish with it. That would be great. If you think it's too sweet, that honey and the lemon would be super good. We call this the Josie. So cheers, Josie, if you're watching. Love ya. Thanks for reminding me of how great this cocktail is. So I'm going to end with probably one. I could watch you drink for hours. I need to go pull out my whiskey bourbon and make a drink. Oh my gosh. So Cynthia, this is what I really would like to introduce. I'm just going to pause for a second and tell you guys an idea I have and just give me some feedback. You guys give me a thumbs up. Please post or let me know this. We'll do a tag on this this week. But what if on a weekend I put together a tasting package so that you guys could join me on Whiskey Wednesday, and we featured maybe 2 or 3 whiskeys of choice, and you guys would buy the package over the weekend. If you guys need me to ship it, we can ship it to you. But I would throw in things like 2 whiskeys and like a whiskey sour mix or one of the Master of Mixes mixes. And if I put that package together and you guys could either have it shipped to you or you could come by over the weekend and then you guys could do it. What do you guys think of that idea? I think that would be really fun because, thanks, Jim. I was hoping you'd say this and I cannot wait for you to get home. I can't wait to make you a cocktail when you get back. I think this is going to be a great idea. I think it would be so much fun if you guys were mixing with me. So maybe 1 or 2 cocktails. I'll throw in a couple extras for the weekend. But what if we did that like once or twice a month where you guys got to actually mix with me and could participate at the same exact time? So we put together something really fun like the blackberry and the orange. And then we throw in like a whiskey sour mix or maybe one of the Tom Collins mix that we would sell, and then we put it all together. You guys, I'll throw in some glasses for you guys so you guys could have our glasses. I think if you bought the package and had it shipped, I would easily throw in some glasses for you. Chris, I thought this is what I was hoping you were watching so you'd be into this. And then you guys could follow along with me. I just think that that would be such a fun idea. So if you guys like that idea, I'm going to do a post. Rachel, we're going to remind me of this. We're going to do a post. I'll put together a package. We'll try it out maybe next week. I'll throw everything in. If you guys need it shipped, it'll be shipped out by Monday. You guys should have it Tuesday or Wednesday, and you guys will be ready to go. I'll add a list of everything that you need in addition to what I'm sending you, and then you guys can follow along with me. I think this would be like a virtual tasting. I think it would be so much fun. Rachel, don't let me forget about this because I want to get this done this weekend. So, hope you guys like that idea. If you do, give me some thumbs up. Send me a little note, post it on our Facebook when we do it, and just let us know what you think, and then share it with your friends. That would be really awesome. Okay, now we're going to finish with dessert because I think this is really good with as far as all these cocktails. As you guys can tell, I'm getting just a little bit on the tipsy side, so I apologize for that. Okay, everybody likes this idea. Okay, great. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. Okay, we're definitely going to do this. So this one is going to be kind of like, I don't know, come up with a good idea of twice vanilla. I was thinking, who's the rapper Vanilla? I know it's like Ice Baby. Kat, help me out with this one. You would, because you were the rapping queen in high school. So anybody got this one on the Ice Baby? Who sings that Vanilla? Is it Vanilla Ice? Vanilla something? I can't remember. I can't believe I can't remember this because God knows. ICW? Okay, I don't know what the hell that means. Okay, so who sings Ice Baby? Vanilla Ice. It is Vanilla Ice. Okay, well, this is going to be my Vanilla Ice then. Okay, thank you, Cynthia. Okay, so this is going to be, because it's twice vanilla, so we're going to give this a shot. I'm going to take my Irish cream, just because we're going to go with double vanilla on this one. And I am going to take 1 shot of this Irish cream. If you guys haven't tried this, come on in. Thanks, Diana. You get credit too. Thanks, everybody. I'm so appreciative of this, because God knows I don't remember this stuff. This is the Irish cream. I'm going to do 1 ounce of the Irish cream. This, you guys, goes super well with all of the obvious. It's obvious coffee, hot chocolate, you know, that kind of stuff. It would just be really, really good with the obvious on that. This one I'm going to do with the iced coffee. But what I love about this Irish cream, if you guys will see me mix them with this sucker, is I love to mix it with juices. I love it with the orange juice. I love it with peach. It tastes like peach a la mode, like a peach pie a la mode. If you add it with, you guys have seen us do it with the Coke. It's like a vanilla Coke. You add it with ginger ale. It's kind of like a cream soda. But this, with the pomegranate juice or with any of the juices, this Irish cream just really gives it almost like that vanilla taste. I really love this whiskey. I love it because it doesn't have the dairy concept. So if you guys are lactose intolerant or that, you're going to get that nice vanilla taste, but you're not going to have any of the dairy in it. So I really like that one with this. Of course, unfortunately, I'm going to add dairy to this one for you guys, but I think this is actually, this one might be dairy free, the way this coffee creamer works. Anyway, we're going to go with it. So this has 1 ounce of the Irish cream in it. I'm going to go with the Starbucks iced coffee. I'm doing this because it was on sale. Bought a whole bunch of it. So we're going to have iced coffee on sale this weekend in the tasting room. Preparing for our summer grown-up Starbucks right here. And I'm going to put this pretty full with the iced coffee. You guys, this one, I will tell you, has 3 carbs in it. This Starbucks is the unsweetened, but it still has 3 carbs in it. If you wanted to do it with your own coffee, hot or cold, both of those work. But I really like this with the iced. I think On the Rocks is super, super good with this. If you guys want to watch your carbs, the Irish cream with this would be really great with just ice. Mom, this so reminds me of growing up and you would take the leftover coffee from the day and make iced coffee for it. This flavor reminds me of that. But I'm going to kick this up and I am going to add some International Delight vanilla because we're going for the ice baby. We're going for the vanilla ice with this one. And I'm going to put a good splash of the vanilla coffee in here. You guys, this is like a grown-up Starbucks. This is so, so good. What I love about this is I don't care what creamer you put in here. You put in your favorite creamer. I don't care if it's vanilla, hazelnut, caramel macchiato, the sugar cookie one. I mean, the possibilities are endless with this. But I like the Irish cream with this. I like that cold Starbucks coffee with it or leftover coffee from the day if you guys make a whole pot of it. And then I'm going to put my creamer on top of this. If you guys have had a Starbucks ever, imagine your Starbucks coffee and then you put it on ice. That's what this tastes like, but then you got the whiskey in it. So it's just like super amazing. I just love this one so much. Not surprised that Mimi used all of the leftover coffee. I know, because she's a bit parched. So anyway, inside joke, but that's really funny, cat. So thirsty. So the coffee is really funny. Here I go. This is going to go into trouble right now. This is where 6 cocktails is just too many for me. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back through these as best I can. Cat, this is, I'm going to lose it. I'm pulling a cat right now. This is my Manhattan. It's absolutely my favorite right now. It is done with this straight bourbon. It's got Manhattan mix in it. I'm going to just lose it right here. This is with the orange and the cherry in it. I love this one, you guys. If you guys want a really grown-up drink, I'm so sorry. This is the Manhattan. I really highly recommend this. You could also do this with the orange whiskey and make it really good. Okay. That's the Manhattan. Number 2, low carb, probably what I should stick with right now. This is done with my maple whiskey and this Aha peach honey. Love this. This is super good. This is probably what I need to stick to. Cat, it's gone. I don't know what to tell you. It's going to go. Anyway, I'm doing the best I can right now. The next one I did, if I can remember this correctly, I didn't like the one I did with the 1842 with the elderflower. I really liked the peach. You guys, this is so good. Peach, elderflower simple syrup, and the ginger ale. You guys, this 100% without a doubt is going to be on the menu. I'm in trouble right now. Sorry, I'm just losing it. This is not going to be a good finish. I'm so sorry. Okay, the next one is the, don't stop, you've made my day. Cynthia, this is why I shouldn't drink all of these. I need some help with this because I'm totally losing this at this point. Shop local, by the way, if you guys don't shop local, please do, because we all really love and appreciate everything. I should stop right now. This is the Black and Blue Mule. This is done with our Blackberry Whiskey, the Blackberry Simple Syrup, and the ginger beer. God, this is trouble. This is where it goes. This is my Black and Blue Mule. This is definitely going to be on the menu this weekend. Good squeeze of lime just to make it more muley. The next one is with our mint whiskey. How did you make the simple? Oh my God, you're going to ask me that after 6 cocktails? Come on, Judy. You should have been here in the beginning. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. With the honey simple syrup, it's super easy. I'm going to take 1 jar of honey, or whatever you want to do with the honey. I know it's a shit show. I don't know what to tell you. I take a 16-ounce jar of honey, and then I add 8 ounces of boiling water. You mix that, or just put it in one of the mason jars. If you have any of these tasting jars on hand with a lid, it does really, really well. But that honey melts with the boiling water, and it makes it, look at you guys, you can see, this is just, I'll show you, because God knows, after I've had a few cocktails, this is going to be a mess. So this is really, are we going to, yes, you are, Jan. Definitely come and pick me up, because I'm in no condition to drive tonight. Mr. Germany's class, I know, I get to giggles, and then I get in trouble. I used to get sent to the back of the room, and in business class because I couldn't stop laughing. So the honey simple syrup is 16 ounces. Guys, I'm so sorry. 16 ounces of the honey. It's done with 8 ounces of boiling water. You guys look, this mixes. It does really well. Highly recommend this in lemonade in the summertime. I didn't even do the lemonade cocktail today. I've kind of lost it. So I would do that with the mint whiskey, the honey simple syrup, and ginger ale. Super simple, slice of lemon or mint in it. Sorry, Judy, thanks. I'm so sorry. If you message me, I'll actually do it a lot more clear. And then the last one I did was the coffee, which is obviously the finish. I'm in big trouble, you guys, today. This is my ice baby with vanilla ice. Thank you for the reminder, everybody. This is done with a, thank you guys for whoever put that on there. You're awesome. This is with the Irish cream. It's done with our coffee, the cold coffee, however you guys want to add the coffee, and then adding your vanilla creamer. So this is dessert. Anyway, you guys, cheers. Thanks you guys so much for putting up with me. If you watch till the end, post now, because I promise you we'll give out a prize for you sticking with me today, because this is really just a complete mess. When I dance on the bar, no, I'm not dancing on the bar tonight, Jim. Maybe after the camera goes off. So anyway, love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys will join us this weekend. Stay tuned for some special things that are going to be happening this week. Kat's going to be here this weekend. So if you guys love my cat, which I love, come and see us, and we will so do this. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much. Shay, it's all about you. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.